Bear with me just a second here, guys. I was in the middle of doing a thing and got hung up. I have to finish what I'm doing because this is how professional streamers do. They start doing a thing whenever you're waiting for a thing to happen. Okay, hold on. Excuse me. That is correct. Do. Hi guys, give me just a second. All right. Okay. For everybody asking about my dad, I don't know. I do not know. I haven't heard anything all day. It's what the? How can that be locked and unlocked at the same time? That makes no sense. Okay, there it goes. My computer is being a little bit wonky, if I'm being honest with you. Hold on, give me a second. There we go. All right. Yeah, so actually not entirely certain how my dad's doing. We're going to go over there tomorrow because I have to fix my mom's car. And I guess we will see what the hell is going on. It's a giant mess, I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, so we got Laura 2, Christine, Laura 1, and Denise here at the same time. Please hit the like button, as Christine said. Val Prime is here as well. And guys, I turned on the stupid leaderboard thingy just for funsies. You know, whatever. Alright. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's going to be potent. Alright, guys. Sorry. Also, I got one nostril that is just, like, not happening right now. I don't know why. After I took a shower, my nostril just got all seized up. That's fun. That's fun. Great way to start the new year. Dad's got a broken back, and my sinuses don't know what they're doing. Also, guys, keep an eye on this ear for me during the stream, whether or not you'll be able to see. Right here, I cut my ear earlier, cutting my hair. Be careful with the guards. Make sure they're actually doing their job right. Try not to go this way with the blades. That will cut your ear. So either way, if you guys just see a whole bunch of red coming out of my ear later, let me know. Okay. All right. So we're doing things ever so slightly different tonight because I don't have a ton of stuff to watch, but I have 2 long-form videos to watch. So let's just go ahead and get over there to it. So because it is a new year, we need to ring in the new year with Old Lang Syne. Technically, they're supposed to use that at the end of the year, but, you know, we didn't do that. So I forgot that the Hound and the Fox had Old Lang Syne that they dropped a month ago. I'm not entirely certain they meant to drop it a month ago, but, you know, whatever. Emily's got a new one with Summertime Sadness. Just kind of wanted to hear that. And new from Sheridan Brass, we've got I Can't Help Falling in Love. And then this one just popped up from Matthias Fritsch. Wicked Game Epic Orchestral Hans Zimmer style. We've done a lot of Wicked Game verses here, so I figured why not go ahead and check that out while we're at it. And being that I am a Texan, I wanted to see what Lyle thinks about this video with 10 best places to visit in Texas. So I want to see what that's all about. Fairly certain that's Austin right there. Could be Dallas, but I think it's Austin. Hard to tell at a glance, especially with the very large Texas road sign. And then we are wrapping up with the newest Fat Electrician video, Crossing the Frozen River on Christmas, how George Washington saved the American Revolution. So this should be a lot of fun. I do know that Austin had a couple new things. I know he has a cover and then a visualizer for his other song, Ain't Done Dreamin'. But wanted to focus a little bit more on these things because I got long form videos that together is like 50 minutes. So, you know, gonna be a long night already as it goes. Guys, make sure you do that like and subscribe thingy. I saw we lost 1 subscriber. I'm trying to figure out on the Patreon, I don't know if somebody upped their quotient. It didn't show that I have anybody new, but I noticed the money went up. Not a complaint, but Patreon's very bad about notifying me about things. So I don't know if somebody like re-upped, like who was already there, just hadn't been around long or what. It didn't tell me. But I logged in this morning. I'm just like, huh, okay. Chart go up. It happens. Remember we did the disco video sort of. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. No more discos. No more discos. That's terrible, Christine, and I hate it. I hate it all. That's weird, though. That is weird. Guys, I do want to go ahead and promote Patreon as we go. It is January, but it's going to be a short January. But in theory, the Wednesday, depending on how life is going, we will have the first of the year Patreon Trivia Night, because it'll be the first Wednesday of the month and the first Wednesday of the year. And, of course, it's open to all levels of the Patreon. Come over there and join in. Everybody can come join in on the video. Fun as we do the thing. Also, I forgot to grab my Funicorn. It's still across the room there. We do have a lot of fun. And I'm sorry, I've been very busy editing other things. I forgot to get the Patreon podcast out. I'll do that in the morning before I head over to my mom's, just so you guys know. Because a couple of different Patreon nights are there, including the trivia nights. But also coming up on the Now You Made It Awkward podcast, a new episode did drop yesterday morning. I think it's a pretty decent episode. It's our end of the year lists, our favorite TV shows and stuff like that. TV shows, movies, and then of course the things we like the least of TV shows and movies, and then our favorite things that we did or got or something like that. It was a good episode. However, because I need a lot of extra time to get the New Year's Eve show that we recorded done, because I'm going to have to edit that the hard way. I'm put together a clip show of how all of our awkward offenders came about. If you're unfamiliar with the awkward offenders, well, you'll see in next week's episode, which is the first time I'm putting together a clip show. Literally, we had to go find the episodes where we did all the things. So if you're remotely interested in the podcast, come check that out. But I had to do some quick editing on that before this live stream, because for those who don't know how I do it, I usually do a rough edit, and then I'll watch it while I'm working, and then make notes of things I need to fix or change or clip or whatever. And I noticed that I had some timing issues that were off. I was just like, that looked better in while I was editing it than now, so I got to go through and fix it. And using ChatGPT, I made a really badass logo. Never discount using ChatGPT, Grok, and other things to actually make cool shit happen. All right, either way, so let's pop over here to our first song of the night. So from a month ago, at this point, Old Lang Syne. We're familiar. Oh yeah, I don't have my normal headphones either, if that's throwing anyone off, that you can see my ears.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot in days of Auld Lang Syne? For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for days of Auld Lang Syne.
Flutes.
We too have run.
Pausing. This would have been a good one to include the wolf with as well. That would have been fun, depending on when they shot this, obviously. It doesn't appear to be winter necessarily, but definitely getting into the fall season there. But this would have been a good one to also have Chance involved with. Feels like my microphone keeps moving. Still not used to the new setup yet, guys. I can't move backwards or else my chair hits the cabinet. Also, I want to hear is it me or does Riley not get as many lead vocals anymore? Is that just me?
About the slopes and pick the daisies fine, but we've wandered many a weary foot since days of Auld Lang Syne. We too have paddled in the stream from morning sun till dawn, but seas between us broad have roared since days of Auld Lang Syne. For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne.
My headphones are in the kitchen, still packed up from New Year's Eve. So I'm wearing my podcast in-ear monitors instead. They don't sound quite as good, but they're pretty solid for sound. Although I have a significantly shorter cable and no volume control separate. So, yep, that is what's going on. Oh, also, I pointed out in my video yesterday that I didn't have my new light above my head. As you guys can tell, I do. I have it now. You see all this lovely light hitting my shoulder. I do wish that like I had about 7 more feet that way before you could see my shelves. But, you know, life is what it is. Someday I'll have a studio. No, they're not broken. We just needed all headphones on deck. So I usually pack... yeah, so there's usually 3 or 4 in the backpack already, or the travel bag, and I needed to steal both mine and Chad's. So I usually only use those when doing this or editing, and these are my podcast in-ears. Okay.
There's a hand, my trusty friend, and give me a hand, oh thine, and we will take a goodwill draught for old lang syne, for old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne. We'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
Yes. Very pretty. But like I said, I want to hear... I don't even know the last time we really heard a Riley-led song. Is that weird? I mean, I know they're always together, so to speak, but it feels like was it Mackenzie is always leading. I don't know. Just want to hear more of him by himself. Very nice though. Good place to start. This is what it sounds like. Yes. Bless you. That girl sneezes loud. So I'm gonna try to reposition just a hair. There we go. All right. So this is also my new camera / new phone. Good Lord, she's still sneezing. So my 3 other cameras are still packed away because once again, big editing job. Got to unpack all those cameras, offload the hours of footage off of them. You know, that was like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, give or take, on each camera. Then I have to download all of the audio files from the soundboard, balance out all of the individual audio tracks so that they all sound about equal, put them out as a single audio file, and then bring it in with the 3 layers of video, and begin the long, arduous process of syncing said audio and video, and then exporting those. You know, it's crazy, because then I have the hard part about that editing job is cutting back and forth between 3 separate cameras. Yep. All right, either way, Emily's back. Been a little bit since we checked her out. And she's got a Lana Del Rey cover, Summertime Sadness. This should be like right in her little house. I will say her makeup is it's a bit overdone, at least in the thumbnail. Like way too much going on this side.
Kiss me hard before you go. Summertime sadness. I just wanted you to know that, baby, you the best.
Okay, I I can see the issue.
Got my red dress on tonight, dancing in the dark in the pale moonlight. Done my hair up real big, beauty queen style, high heels off, I'm feeling alive. Oh my God, I feel it in the air, telephone wires above, all sizzling like a snare. Honey, I'm on fire, I feel it everywhere, nothing scares me anymore. Kiss me hard before you go.
By the way, I just realized how dumb I am. The same bag that contained the 2 lights that I brought in here is also where my headphones were. So had I just brought that whole bag in here, I would have had my regular headphones. I just realized that. It's like, oh yeah. And the extra cables were all in there. Whoops.
Summertime sadness, I just wanted you to know that baby, you the best. I got that summertime sadness. Summertime sadness. Got that summertime sadness. Oh, I'm feeling electric tonight. Cruising down the coast, going bout 99. Got my bad baby by my heavenly side. I know if I go, I'll die happy tonight. Oh my God, I feel it in the air, telephone wires above, all sizzling like a snare.
Maybe it's just the lighting and stuff, but she looks thinner. Is that just me? I mean, between like the the clothing, the guitar covering most of her body, and like the lighting, I don't know. She looks thinner. She didn't have any weight to lose, unless she went through like some other. I mean, she's already late teens at bare minimum. She wouldn't be going through puberty again.
I'm on fire, I feel it everywhere, nothing scares me anymore. Kiss me hard before you go. Summertime sadness, I just wanted you to know that baby, you the best. I got that summertime sadness. Summertime sadness. Got that summertime sadness. Oh. Think of me.
I think part of it's her makeup too, because like the way she's got like the eyeshadow going on, the hard contouring on the cheekbones makes her face look gaunt. I don't think it is. I think that it's just, well, she's clearly covering up some acne, but it's weird. I mean, like between the lighting that only shows like not all of her, the lighting in her hair being the way it is, you don't see much of her neck, which makes it look like it's very skinny and thin, and then like the I don't know, shawl, whatever you want to call it, the top kind of draping over the shoulder makes her arms look extra thin. It's a very odd positioning the way she's dressed in the lighting. It just like makes her face and her body look thinner and more gaunt. No, the bangs are kind of new, from what I recall. I don't remember. I think she had some bangs, but I don't think they were that long.
You forever, like the stars miss the sun in the morning sky. Lady's brighter than ever. Even
Yeah, you see how the shadow on her neck is coming down here? It makes it look like her neck is super thin. And it's like, it probably isn't. It just looks like it's just unfortunate lighting.
if you're gone, I'm gonna drive. I got that summertime sadness. Summertime sadness. Got that summertime.
How's there still over a minute left?
Summertime sadness. Oh. kiss me hard before you go. Summertime sadness. I just wanted you to know that baby, you're the best. I got that summertime sadness. Summertime sadness. Got that summertime sadness. Oh,
I mean, Lana definitely did. I do want to know who's doing the rhythm. It just sounds like a cajon. Oh yeah, it's definitely a cajon. Yeah, because even in her picture down here, her hair's swept to the side, so the bangs are newish. Hold on, let's pop over to her channel for a second. Yeah, so she's got bangs here. No bangs, no bangs, no bang, no bangs. So that was from a month ago. Yeah, normally she doesn't have bangs. I remember at some point we saw a video with her when she had bangs. So yeah, that's I don't know. I know it kind of comes in cycles, but there's only a handful of ladies that I've seen that bangs really do work on. But like her hair has been effectively the same for a really, really, really long time, and then just suddenly adding bangs, no. Girl, you got good forehead. Just let it happen. Just let it be. Lose these bangs. It's a bad plan. All right. Hello, Trisha. Hello. Well, I mean, we also don't know who or what song or who picks her songs. Don't know if it's her. Don't know if it's her manager. Whatever. I don't know. Who is Noah Peters? Looks familiar. Okay, we got New Sheridan. Can't help falling in love. I'm pretty sure we've heard this song before from other people's. But of course, it's from Mr. Elvis Presley. Which means I'll send it to my buddy Jordan. Oh, wait, no, that's next Saturday, not next Friday. So I should be here on Friday. Yes. Because my birthday is next weekend. So I'm taking off Saturday so that I can go have a quote unquote party. And you're one of the few people who probably works on. I've only known you with bangs, so I wouldn't know what you look like without them. But like I said, it works for some people, and some people should never do it. Like Jessica would look terrible with bangs. That's loud. Is that real? Hold on. Love Lake. I can't pronounce that. Sai Al Salam, United Arab Emirates. Interesting. Okay. Wow. Hold on. Can we just point out the fact that humans will literally terraform a desert so much that they will design an enormous double heart shape in the middle of the lake. A double heart-shaped lake in the middle of a frickin' desert. And then, I don't know what kind of soil or whatever it says it's spelled in love. And then this crazy design around the outside. It's all trees and orchards and shit. And then you can see that's crazy. I agree with that, Christine.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shadows if I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea.
That's a lake.
Darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be.
I didn't like that note.
My hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you.
Did they have to import flamingos? Like, why in the middle of the UAE would there be flamingos? You know? I guess I could see that. So either way, the main reason I remember thinking about Jordan is because I'm going to go watch him perform for the first time in like 8 months or so. I forget. It was sometime in the summer or before summer where he did his last performance. And he took off the entire winter. And then he's going to come, or well, tail end of the year, not entire winter, obviously. And so he's starting up again in January.
Like a river flow.
By the way, is this like a resort or something? I don't see any structures. It just looks like a park. Right? I mean, it's not huge because these are people right here. I mean, it's big enough, but there's like no structures around it. So is it just for walking? I guess walking around. This looks like this looks like a weird little racetrack. The way that it's all squiggled and got some nice bends in it. This looks like a go-kart track over here.
Like a river flows surely to the sea. Darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my...
I'm amazed that YouTube let that comment go through.
Hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with you.
Many saintly moments, right? What is she the saint of? By the way, I think I burnt my tongue earlier. You know the weird feeling? I guess it's when you burn your tongue a little bit and it feels like it's just like a small, like sandpapery area. I think I did that earlier. Because I can't think of anything else it would be. That was good, except for that one little spot. I'm just mostly like, really like, I want to know more about this place. Like, how do you even get here? I assume this is a road right here with these trees, but like, there's nothing around. Like, at all. Like, how the hell do you even get to here? Unless if this is a drive up. This looks kind of like a parking lot over here. And like I said, this looks like a go kart track. This is a very specific, super squiggly lines. Like that's two chicanes back and forth there. Here's a really nice. This better be a go kart track 'cause that's what it looks like. It can't be full. It could be a full size track, but there's not enough long runs. They're pretty tight. Oh, I mean, I might be leaning away from the mic, so I might need to pull the mic back to myself. Either way. That's not a burp. I'm just making noise. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. So we've got, it says an epic orchestral version in a style of Hans Zimmer for a Wicked game. So let's see what we got here. I'm enjoying the music. It does now. Now I just want to hear a full version. Yeah, diabolical possession. Just, you mean literally a demon possession or possession by the devil? Because, you know, that's where diabolical, Diablo. I mean, there shouldn't be a Saint Shoki. That would be weird if there was. But I would be patron saint of the awkward. Well, it depends on if you're possessed by a ghost, possessed by a demon, possessed by an angel, possessed by I mean, you can be possessed by different things, generally speaking, I guess, but no, I don't think by definition it's demon. That was the nobody loves no one at the end there, for anybody who's listening. I am possessed by a love for ice cream. Somebody please call a dietitian. I don't think a priest can help there. Nope, that's true. That is very true. Um, See, the problem is that unless you've got some kind of holy Ozempic, it's going to be really hard to flee yourself of that or rid yourself of that possession. I too am similarly afflicted by the great demon king Oreo. Um, yep. Either way, that was fun. I actually enjoyed the music. Would have been nice to have Korvik singing on top of it, actually. And by the way, I know that Peyton has a new holy song out, Christian song out. 50 absurd facts about Texas. Now, I know it's been a while since we reacted to a reactor reacting to something, but, you know, it's Lyle. We love Lyle. And I hope that when he comes to the U.S., he comes to Texas and I can meet him. That'd be fun. I agree. All right, so it's going to be a long one, but it's an Aussie reacts to the 10 best places to visit in Texas. If it's a place I've visited, I can also throw out an opinion. So that's the main reason I wanted to watch this. So, Lyle, if you end up popping into the stream, which is not likely, but if it does happen, hi, buddy. Hi, buddy.
Hey, everybody, my name is Lyle, and welcome to the channel.
Sorry, what I meant to say was, good day, mate.
So we have a reaction video. This is going to be top 10 places.
See, this is what it looks like when you actually have room to have a space behind you. I don't. It's not like my old room that was like very long and narrow. Finished a couple slices of pizza I had delivered last night. Did it take you that long? Or is it laying around? Are they bad? We made chicken nugget Caesar salad wraps.
To visit in Texas. Now, this is their list. I understand Texas is a big state. There's obviously thousands of things to see. This is their list. If you have anything different, let me know in the comment section. So let's...
Hold on, I gotta leave a comment for him. Okay, there we go. Don't make Denise yell. Just hit the like button, please. I hate it when she yells. Well, unless she's yelling about Epstein files, in which case that's pretty amusing.
Jump in and let's have a look
You
at
had
this
Ramon
one.
noodles? Wait, is there going to be words or is it just... Okay.
Oh, wow.
They say that everything is bigger in Texas.
It's an AI voice.
And it is
Great.
certainly true that there is a large range of things to do, see, and explore in the second largest state. The landscape changes dramatically throughout the expanses of the Lone Star State, from deserts and scrublands to swamps, pine forests, and mountains.
Yep.
Texans are fiercely proud,
Yep.
and they have a lot to be proud of.
Yep.
Whether you're interested in history, art, or cowboy culture, it's all found in Texas. Here's a look at the best places to visit in Texas.
Anywhere but Dallas, right? Just kidding. Cadillac Ranch.
Number 10. Palo Duro Canyon. Cutting through the high plains.
By the way, also for my own for my own self, if it's a place I haven't been to, I'll be like, ooh, maybe we need to go do that. I mean, Texas is so big; you can live here most of your life and still not see it all. You know, it's not like Rhode Island.
Region of Texas is the Palo Duro Canyon, the second largest in the United States after the Grand Canyon. Red rock is exposed, creating a beautiful sight. But the canyon is more than just a void. It is also where Native American tribes, like the Apache and the Comanche, once called home. There is an abundance of wildlife in the park, so as you hike the miles of trails, keep your eyes peeled for things like white-tailed.
Do you know, when I think about Texas and cowboys and everything, this is exactly what I'm thinking of. This is exactly what I think of. Okay.
Deer and even mountain lions.
Wow, look at that.
Very southwest. I mean, could you tell us where in Texas it is? That would be nice.
Number 9. Fort Worth.
Okay.
Just Fort Worth? Just the city?
Located just a stone's throw away from Dallas, wandering around Fort Worth is like stepping into the Wild West.
Look, I've been to Fort Worth like 1 or 2 times. I didn't find anything impressive about it. Dallas is where a lot of the things are. And then, of course, like Arlington is somewhere in between. And then there's, I think it's Grand Prairie is like dead center between Dallas and Fort Worth. And that's where a lot of stuff has grown. But I've never heard anybody who was just that desperate to go to Fort Worth for anything.
And it is sometimes known as Cowtown due to its cowboy roots. There are various cowboy and cowgirl museums scattered around town.
Okay, that's fair.
Where you can learn more about the local history and culture. You can even go to watch a rodeo or cattle drive if you feel like it. If cowboy culture isn't your thing, then head to the fantastic Kimball Art Museum, which has some lovely
Stockyard
paintings by
Stables.
Picasso and Goya. Or take a walk around one of the city's numerous parks.
I wonder how often it's going to talk about parks and walking. I guess the stockyards, that's a good reason to go there. But if I'm going to go anywhere for stockyards, I'm probably going to go to Lockhart, not Fort Worth, because it is the barbecue capital of Texas. Yeah, I said Arlington is like, but it's in a different spot. Grand Prairie, if I'm correct, I think it was Grand Prairie because we stayed there. Is like almost dead center between them, and Arlington is like, I believe, north of there. But also what's messed up is the fact that it's always referred to as DFW, meaning Dallas-Fort Worth, as though they're adjacent cities. No. It's like there's a decent distance between Dallas and Fort Worth. But it makes it sound like it's like one giant metroplex. It's like, no, there's entire massive stretches of nothingness between those two cities.
Oh, wow.
That's like saying Houston, Galveston.
Man, their horns are so big.
That's why they're called.
Huge.
That's why they're called longhorns. Ah, that's funny. This music is weird.
Number 8. El Paso.
Oh, El Paso. Okay.
Literally the edge of the
Lying on the border with Mexico,
Wow.
El Paso is the westernmost city in Texas. And as it is located in the desert, it has over 320 days of sunshine a year. An increasingly popular place both to live and visit, El Paso is home to a very welcoming and friendly population. Surrounded by desolate yet beautiful desert landscapes, there are loads of great outdoor activities to be had that vary from rock climbing to cycling and horseback riding.
What was that stat about El Paso that it's closer to California than it is Corpus Christi or something like that? It's some ridiculous stat. It's like I think, or maybe not. Maybe it's not Corpus. Maybe it's like New Orleans or something like that. It's actually so far west. It's closer to California than it is literally the next neighboring state on the opposite side. Something like that. I forget exactly what it was. Somebody look that up. I gotta reposition.
To Ciudad Juarez across the border were once popular, but have become too dangerous.
Yeah, El
due to
Paso is
drug-related
closer
violence.
to California than it is something else.
Jeez.
Number 7.
I love that they showed a train full of Chinese containers. Big Bend. Yep. It's so funny. They're like, hey, these great things about Texas that are all on the border with Mexico.
Big Bend.
That's funny.
The aptly named Big Bend National Park in Texas is so called because it's set in a dramatic meander of the Rio Grande. On one side of the river is Texas, USA, and on the other side is Mexico. Almost the same.
What was the point in saying Texas, USA? There's no other Texas anywhere. It's like nobody else has a Texas. Why did you specify? That's what it is. There you go. It's literally closer than to 3 states over than within its own state. That's what it is.
Same size as Rhode Island, Big Bend is known for its diversity and has loads to discover on its many trails. The Chisos Basin is the most popular area in the park and features mountain views, but the Chihuahuan Desert, home to real-life roadrunners and coyotes, is really the place to escape into nature.
They showed neither Roadrunner or Coyote. Yeah, anything that far east, right?
Wow, look at that view.
So, yeah, that's the funny part about Texas that doesn't make a lot of sense is that you have entire sections where it's just absolute flat land for hundreds of miles. And then you get some bumps out of the ground. And then you just have canyons. Eventually, you just have some canyons. I can say I have not been to any canyons that I can even recall.
Damn, okay.
I mean, is it closer to LA than it is Houston? Because Orange is north of Houston.
It must be a tour or something,
yeah.
sure.
Oh.
That looks cool.
I said it was closer to LA than it was Corpus.
Number 6. Dallas.
Okay.
Why would you separate Fort Worth and Dallas on the list? That's fucking stupid. Also, we've hit nothing near the coast yet. Have you noticed? It's like, at least move in a way around the state that makes sense. Let's see. We're going to have Austin and San Antonio on there because you got to go see the Alamo and you got to go see the capital of Texas. You got to either hit Galveston or Corpus or South Padre Island so that you get the coastland somewhere in there. You got to hit Houston probably. So we're at number 6 with Dallas. So we're going to have San Antonio, Austin, maybe Houston, which is kind of an insult if they don't, and then something along the coast, right? It's geographically closer to LA than Houston. That's my point, yes.
The state's 3rd largest city, Dallas, is probably best known for the infamous assassination of former U.S. President John F. Kennedy.
Yep.
Located in the same building from which Lee Harvey Oswald fired the shots,
Been there, done that.
the 6th floor
Deep
museum is dedicated to
Hold on. Deep Ellum right there. Love Deep Ellum. Guys, if you is that hold on. I think I actually know where this is. It's not Deep Ellum Brewery. That might have been the distillery if it's still open. That's what it's in that area. I actually enjoy Dallas, but I don't go there for much of anything. I go to like the Deep Ellum area and I get great food and great beer and drinks and stuff like that, and that's pretty much all we do.
The assassination. The city is also a shopper's dream.
I've been
thanks
in the
to
tower.
more stores per capita than
Tower was
any
cool.
other American city. You can
So if you're on the Patreon and you dig way back in the vlogs to our Dallas trip, there's video of us actually going around the outside of the tower there and Jessica being scared out of her mind. I mean, it's enclosed. You could fall if you try really, really hard. But for the most part, you're pretty much safe up there. But it's pretty cool.
also visit one of the many
Sixth floor
amusement parks
museum,
in
yeah.
Dallas or attend a local rodeo for some local Texas
yeah,
flavor.
Cherry World. I've seen that building up close. I'm pretty sure that's right, but that's Dealey Plaza right there, if I recall correctly. Yeah, I think this right here was Dealey Plaza, right off to the side here, because I remember that building. A cool thing about the tower, when you're inside on the observation deck, you can hit these different cameras that are all on the outside of the tower, and you can spot, it'll like zoom in on certain areas where the cameras are aimed. It's pretty neat. So like you hit these like eye in the sky kind of camera shots from inside there. It's pretty cool.
Man, I love the mix of architecture in the city.
Very.
Okay. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's Dealey. That's where he got shot right there. That's the grassy knoll for anybody who doesn't know. That's the building. That's the book repository. Oh, I went to this. Okay, so the last time we were there, I went to this park with all these statues. Once again, it's on the vlogs. The windiest spot ever. Good luck hearing anything. I had to put music over it. Yes, there he is, Lyle. Literally just talking about Texas as you're watching about Texas. I made sure to tag you and then go leave a comment on the video. So that's pretty funny. Yes, good timing. Yeah, so I was just talking about, like, they're actually finally showing something in Texas I've been to and done and actually enjoyed. It's funny. Yeah, so I have pictures and video of these statues and stuff. There's Big Tex.
Oh, that's a big cowboy.
Just somebody's house? What? Oh, yeah, by the way, they didn't mention the Texas State Fair. They're just showing you the Texas State Fair. Oh, the Dallas World Aquarium is actually pretty cool, considering it's, totally landlocked and in the middle of downtown. And it's built into, like, several buildings. It's actually like half zoo, half aquarium. It's almost entirely all indoors over a course of like multi-stories. If you guys are ever in Dallas, go check that out. It's a lot of fun. And like you start out walking in through what is like set up like a jungle, and you just get to see a few animals and stuff before you even get to like the ticket booth. It's pretty cool. And then like it's a one-way experience. You walk your way through the whole thing, and then you end up out on a different street than you started out in the first place. And you've somehow gone between 3 separate buildings and like 4 floors. It's crazy. Yeah, Dealey Plaza is interesting. Okay, I can do that. That's fine. Look, I'm sure Virginia is nice, but we're talking about Texas.
Number 5.
So, did I not call it? They would have to say Galveston or Corpus. Like Galveston's got a little bit more history, but Corpus has the Lexington.
Galveston.
Oh, Galveston.
Lying just off Texas's Gulf
Seawolf Park.
Coast, Galveston is a beautiful place
Been
that
to Galveston
delightfully
plenty,
combines
yeah.
southern charm with lovely beaches and loads of
Probably-
stunning
yeah, oh, yeah,
19th
there is, yeah.
century
I've heard of that.
architecture. Located on Galveston Island,
Wow, that is super saturated footage. That is hilarious. Okay, I know which stretch of the seawall that is. Murdoch's is like right down here, if I recall. Yeah.
the resort city is very popular with Houstonians who flock there during the weekends.
I know what the AI was supposed to say there, but that's not what I heard. I don't know. Hold on, I gotta back up. Anybody else hear it?
Galveston is a beautiful place that delightfully combines southern charm with lovely beaches and loads of stunning 19th century architecture. Located on Galveston Island, the resort city is very popular with Houstonians who flock there during the week.
That is an incredibly soft L there. Lyle, if you're coming to the States and you're passing through Texas at some point, hit me up. I'll make an effort. It's my state. I'll take you to go get some barbecue. No, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say flock, but I don't think the AI knew that. Assuming it sounds like an AI voice. That's not fishtails. No, that's not fishtails. What is that? Oh, obviously, fishtails would have the thing.
Weekends and summers to enjoy the warm weather and laid back.
There's the truth. Gray, crappy water. Well, it has been getting better lately, right? Like, more and more, it's getting more like crystal clear and blue. Yeah, right. Especially shorts, 100%. Want to visit VA and DC in the spring, cherry blossoms. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Way of life.
I'm going to Baltimore in February. Like, into February, but still in February. I just got to hope that it's remotely warming up and not snowing at that point.
While most cruise ships heading to Texas stop by in its large
Pleasure
port,
Pier.
Galveston is the perfect place to make a splash. So don't miss the free Bolivar ferry rides or a walk along Pleasure Pier.
Okay, you can't just walk along Pleasure Pier. You have to pay to get onto Pleasure Pier. It's like, sell it a little bit better there, computer. Pleasure Pier is cool, though. Don't get me wrong. It's just massively overpriced. Wait, I forget. Did the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company shut down? It might have done. By the way, speaking of Denise, your family owns the entire island, right? Your queen of Galveston being a Landry. For those who don't know, that literally Tillman Fertitta basically owns effectively all of Galveston. Nice. Yeah, when you get away from the seawall, you get more towards downtown and like a little bit more towards the Strand, and you get some of the older architecture. It's pretty cool. Go check out the graveyards, like the ones that are public that you walk around. There's some pretty cool historic graveyards out there. It's got a lot of similar feel to New Orleans as well. A little French Quarter stuff going on. Also, it's neat to go over to the dockside and see some of the gigantic ships parked around.
Number 4. Hill Country.
Just Hill Country. Watch, they'll do Hill Country and Austin separately. It's like, just go to Austin and then you see the Hill Country. Go to Austin, Fredericksburg, get your Hill Country in, and then hit up San Antonio, which is an hour away. Because San Antonio is a lot of fun.
Hill Country, okay.
Located in the very center of the state, the Hill Country shirks Texas's reputation for being dry and flat, with rolling hills, oak trees, spring-fed creeks.
When the hell is it ever that green? They picked the perfect spring day to take these videos. They're like, hey, we need exactly the perfect videos. It doesn't look like that all the damn time. That's like 1 week out of the year it looks like that. Yeah. Also, yeah, Colonial Williamsburg. I want to go check that out. Also, the Texas Hill Country is actually mislabeled. It's actually they're not hills. The hills are actually just the rock, the more solid rock that wouldn't erode. It's actually valley country.
And flowing rivers. The whole region is a popular retreat and resort area
It
with
really
some
is.
wonderful hill views and lake swimming.
Oh, of
and
course.
some
It's a
good
golf
places
course.
to camp. Head to Fredericksburg for a dose of German culture,
I literally
since the
called it,
area
yeah.
was settled by German settlers in the 19th century. The best time to visit the region is in spring when
Now, if you go to Elgin, which is on the kind of southeast and eastern side of Austin, you see where the Swedish, you can go to visit, I don't know exactly where, but that's where the Swedish colonies were. Fredericksburg, that area was a lot more German colony. Swedish colony is more towards Elgin on that side of Austin, because that's where my family came from.
the hill country is ablaze with wildflowers, including the Texas state flower, the blue bonnet.
The blue bonnet.
Number 3,
Austin.
Austin.
Damn it. I said they would do it. They did Austin and the Hill Country separately. Austin is like 5 seconds from the Hill Country. Part of the Hill Country is just literally west of Austin. Like one of my favorite, like actually a couple of my favorite breweries are just west of Austin. Like not even 20 minutes. And that's technically Hill Country. Right there in the Hill Country, like just a little bit, even a tiny bit west of Mount Bonnell, the highest point in Texas. It's not much of a mountain, but it is one. It's pretty cool though. If you go all the way up to the top of the mountain, you can see like forever. You can see the river, all kinds of cool stuff. I got vlogs from up there too. Go over to the Patreon, go check out the vlogs.
Known for its slogan, Keep Austin Weird,
Yeah.
this city definitely feels a little different from the rest of Texas. The population is youthful, thanks in part to the enormous campus of the
Wow, it's got a lot of green spaces. I like that. Okay.
University of Texas.
Okay.
And it also serves as the live music capital of the country. Austin
That's
is the
true.
capital of the Lone Star State, so don't miss the chance to tour the Capitol building.
Yeah, and also the comedy capital of the United States. Screw you, New York and LA. Austin has taken it over. Go to Austin, go down to 6th Street, hit up any of the 10 comedy clubs that are down there. You're probably not going to be able to get into the mothership. But Creek in the Cave is a lot of fun. It's smaller, but you can get in there. It's a lot of fun. Austin has become too weird. However, it's bouncing back from the COVID times, but the homeless problem is still pretty bad. Dallas cleaned up their homeless problem, at least a few years ago they did. Hopefully it stays that way. But I do know that Austin's homeless problem is getting up there.
Which is famously pink and even taller than the U.S. Capitol building. Also worth
Yep.
exploring are the paths that wind along Barton Creek and the Congress Avenue Bridge, where you can see more than 1 million bats.
Oh, yeah, go to the Bats. Yeah, if you haven't seen it. Oh, that's cool. Hello, John. So if you, seriously though, because it's pretty much every night, but it's really spectacular in the summer because, there's a lot more bugs. We've gone to, I don't know if it's South Congress or South Lamar, because all of those bridges have bats underneath them, but they say the South Congress colony is like millions of bats just by itself. And they will be like literally leaving from underneath the bridge for a solid hour. Just a constant stream of bats coming out. And you can stand there and watch the whole thing. It's pretty cool. Also, guess where that is?
Fly out at sunset.
That's an old vlog, but it's
Wow,
fun.
that is a big Capitol building. Look at
Yeah.
that. Holy moly.
Oh, yeah. No, the Texas State Capitol is really impressive. I have a picture from a long time ago. I set my camera with a timer and I set it directly on in the center of the star on the floor, looking directly up into the dome. It was really cool. Yeah, millions of bats. Actually, they're not flying over your head unless you're down by the river. You can go down by the river, and a lot of people will get paddle boats and they'll sit there on the water and watch the bats go overhead. But you're standing on the bridge. The bats are coming from underneath the bridge. But the parking for that's kind of a pain in the ass. Maybe they've improved it since I did it last, but it's really, really cool because it's right at sunset, so you'll get like these really nice, colorful sunset views, and then just an endless stream of bats going out, and that's just one bridge. All of those bridges house bats. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Austin's nice. Don't get me wrong, but try not to do too much downtown unless you really want to see the historical stuff. And unless you're going to hit the bars, stay away from like 5th and 6th Street. Like, just stay away from there. Go visit the Capitol, which is a bit further down. Stick to the outskirts where there's a lot of other like cool restaurants. Go hit Terry Black's while you're there. I know you see a lot of other channels where they hit Terry Black's. Can confirm Terry Black's is really good. Most of them, because it is a little bit of a family chain. Most of the Terry Black's are good. The one there is pretty phenomenal in and of its own right.
Wow. Yeah, why is it pink?
Because
That's
the stone it's made
a
out of.
choice? Maybe the material they used? I don't know. Let me know.
Yeah.
Why is it pink? Is it just a trick of the light? It doesn't look quite as pink there. Maybe it's just the light.
If I recall correctly, it's the stone they used, and yes, it's an angle situation. It's not like bright pink all the time. But yeah, Texas State Capitol, pretty cool. Personally, like, we'll go to Austin every now and then, but we prefer Dallas, even though it's further away.
Bouncing off it or something. I don't know.
But Austin does have, of course, a lot of live music, duh, and then a lot of good breweries. Yeah, pink granite, yep. Wait. Okay. Trulux, yeah. Good luck getting into Trulux, but you can get there with a reservation, but you're gonna spend a fuckload of money. I've seen that place.
Number 2.
Okay.
Houston.
Oh, good. Yay. Finally, our town gets a tiny bit of love. Seriously, go to Houston. I mean, you can visit some of the cool historical places in Houston, but just be prepared to sit in traffic for quite some time.
Okay.
As the biggest city in Texas, Houston is one of the most popular places to visit in the state. Famously known for being home to the NASA Mission Control Center,
Did you notice I didn't say anything good about it? Also, for anybody who lives in Houston, we all know Houston is an hour away from Houston. It is very big. It is very big. Yeah, San Antonio must be number 1, which is nuts. San Antonio is great, but I guess for tourism, it would be number 1. There's a lot of great things about Houston, and most of them don't have anything to do with downtown. You go over to the museum district. That's pretty cool. Go check out Montrose if you want to get a whole lot of culture. Katy, if you just want to see what money looks like. Go over to the Heights to see a weird mix of really old Houston and new, incredibly overpriced Houston. And then, of course, if you come up to our stretch of the woods, you can still get some history and stuff, but, you don't have to deal with literally the crap that's down there.
Houston is also where you'll find places like the beautiful campus of Rice University and the high-end shopping of the Galleria area. Many of the city's
Look, the Galleria is okay. It's okay. Go to River Oaks instead. River Oaks is a bit more entertaining than the Galleria. If you want to see the tightest parking spots in Texas, or in Houston at least, go to the Galleria. Good Lord. people somehow trying to cram like GMC 2500s into those Galleria parking spots. It makes no sense. But definitely go check out the museums, check out the theater district because you want to see some shows. That's pretty cool. Something like 100 breweries just in Houston. So if you're into the beer scene, there's an enormous amount of beer places. Food. Houston does not get enough credit for its amazing food. And it's a giant mix. Like Austin, San Antonio is going to be Mexican food. Austin's going to be a lot of barbecue. Obviously, the stockyards are going to get a lot of barbecue in Fort Worth and Dallas as well. But Houston does not get enough credit for its food. Correct. I mean, San Jacinto Museum is nowhere near Houston, though. That's really far south of Houston.
Biggest attractions are located in the Warehouse District, so head there to see the incredible downtown tunnel system or soak in the views.
You know what? I'm amazed, out of all things, they mentioned the downtown tunnels. There are people who've lived in Houston their entire life and do not know about the tunnels. I've known about them since I was a small kid because my mom worked downtown, and whenever we went to lunch or she had to go take care of something in another building, we took the tunnels. The tunnels is almost like an entire underground city under Houston. Now, it might be a lot smaller than it used to be, but it interconnected the buildings in between. I know Washington, D.C. has some stuff like that. I hear Joe Biden's very familiar with the dark corners of the D.C. tunnel system. Either way, it's pretty cool. Like, you just are in a downtown building, and then you just go down to the bottom floor, take a stair down, and now you're literally inside like an underground mall. It's crazy.
From the 60th floor Chase Tower Observatory.
Yeah, it's pretty cool too. Plus, you can check out an Astros game. The George R. Brown right there. Wow, I'm surprised they didn't mention Montrose at all. Like it used to be incredibly trashy, but then it became like this big cultural center of food and homosexuality, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Like, Montrose became like the gay area specifically. It's still a lot of fun. I don't go down there nearly as much as I used to, just because, I mean, life just changed, but I used to go down there for beers all the time. Some of my favorite shopping places and food places were in the Montrose area. And then they show the downtown aquarium, the restaurant aquarium, not the other. That's so funny. Of all random spots, they didn't even mention the Houston Zoo. Like, the Houston Zoo is pretty epic for what it is. I mean, it's been getting bigger and better. Seriously, museum district, hit up all the museums, hit up the zoo, and then come closer to town because the aquarium is more downtown. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but if you're in Galveston, like, you might as well hit the aquarium that's in Kemah. Like, go over to Kemah, hit their aquarium. It's a little bit cooler. Also, they mentioned Houston and Galveston. Throw in Kemah because it's in between, and it's a pretty cool little spot to visit too.
Unusual to see marlins in a water fountain. Usually dolphins, yes.
There you go. I just give you a little. Wow, that is a thick man walking across there. This lovely gentleman right here. That's a thick boy. Yeah, no, you're not wrong about that, Lyle. The marlins outside the aquarium. Yeah,
I could understand. Maybe even mermaids, but marlins, I've never seen that before.
Well, there's also like a lot more dolphin-related things in Galveston because Galveston does actually have dolphins. Houston's a bit further away. While we do have the Port of Houston, it's away. When we say Houston is an hour away from Houston, it really is. Like, you can just keep driving. Like, once you're even away from Houston, you're like, oh, that's fine, I'm in another place. No, you're still in Houston.
Oh, okay. Who's on the horse? I want to say Paul Revere. I don't know if Paul Revere was in Texas. I don't know. That's the first.
I know you warned me about it, but that's hilarious. Because I was like, wait, who's he, what's he going to refer? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah. No, no, it's totally Paul Revere. I'm sure your comments already gave you hell about it.
Thing that came to mind. It's probably completely wrong. Let me know in the chat.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And then they show a clearly like very dead zone. You know what's really weird, and maybe it's because I don't get down there enough. Like I'm surprised we don't have like little markers. You know what they should have shown? Denise, you would know this because you're of the area as well. They didn't show the Be Someone Bridge. Like that is like one of the Houston landmarks. Like Lyle, if you don't know about this, so it's a train bridge that passes over the I-45, I-10 interchange. So like it's where a lot of bridges cross over, and I believe it's a train. It is a train bridge, and it's like exactly like blocky enough for block lettering. And then I don't even know how long ago, probably like 15 years ago, somebody went up there and graffitied, and it just said "Be Someone." That's all it said in big blue letters. And then it was either blue or black. It goes back and forth. And then it was that way for a long time. And then someone graffitied over it, like really crappy graffiti. And that was like that for like a day and a half. And then overnight, they went back out there and they repainted Be Someone. It's like, so that bridge, I think, is actually protected now to a degree. Like there's Be Someone shirts and stuff like that. It's really awesome. Yes, you know it's Sam Houston because that's the thing, yes. Well, I think it went back and forth between blue and black, depending on the background, because they had to paint over the whole thing with black to give it a base, so they had to paint a brighter color. But I think in the earlier days, because the bridge was very light gray, I think the lettering was black and then eventually went white and then went blue. Because I used to go down there, like no joke, once or twice a week because I was going downtown to drink or buy beer. I lived where I lived where I lived, about 45 minutes away, and I would drive down there to drink. It's a bad one. Yeah. No, Be Someone's great. Yeah. No, check it if you find yourself passing through Houston, you have to go roundabout because you have to be going south to see it, but it's there. It's pretty cool. It's right near the giant heads of the U.S. presidents. Don't ask. Just there's like a monument company, I guess, and they did giant busts of like 4 of the presidents, and they're just sitting kind of right there. There's some random stuff, bud. Oh yeah, definitely go visit NASA. Everyone should go visit NASA. It's cool as shit. Like, and they've started adding back a lot more cool stuff. You can see an entire Saturn V rocket laying on its side inside a giant hangar. It used to be outdoors when I was a kid. They put a giant hangar over it. You could see all the old rocket programs. The funny part is, I think the last time, or second to last time we went, no, it was the last time we went because it was me and Jessica, and we took the trolley over to one of the other buildings. I think it was actually where the command center, because in a totally different part of the campus, you have to take a big old cart over there. For those who don't know, the NASA program, or NASA, was working on going back to the moon for a long time, especially during the Bush years. They were developing newer technology so that we could go back to the moon. In fact, they built a brand new massive moon buggy that would be able to house 2 people inside and had built-in airlocks for the spacesuits so they could get out and walk around. So they could drive around in the car like normal, hop into their spacesuits, pop out the back. Those existed. James May drove one on Top Gear a really, really long time ago. He came to Houston just to drive it around. When we were there, and I probably have a picture of it buried somewhere in an old folder, the remnants of that, because Obama canceled the shuttle program and the new moon program, I could actually see the remnants, like the carcass of said moon buggy sitting there. It was pretty cool. And if you didn't go on that tour where you took that cart to the other building, you would not even see it because it was in a back lot behind the main space center. It's crazy.
Oh, NASA. Wow, look at the size of it.
Yeah, so you just commented on the size of the Saturn V. Your brain doesn't understand it because you've only ever seen it in pictures and in film, right? Standing next to it, like there's a barrier to keep you from going all the way up to it, like just a little 5-foot barrier. But like walking the length of that thing, I think it's 300 yards. It's a bit longer. It's huge. But like your brain isn't ready for how big that the Saturn V rocket really was. Toyota Center.
Number 1,
San Antonio.
San Antonio.
San Antonio. Okay.
The jewel of Texas, San Antonio, is a city steeped in both
Okay.
rich history and modern-day appeal.
Fair.
Located in south-central Texas,
Sure.
the city is one of the largest in the United States and best known as the home of the Alamo. Another of San Antonio's most visited attractions
Oh
is
my
the
God.
Riverwalk, a
That's big
vibrant
boot.
Definitely check out the Riverwalk because it's awesome. The Alamo doesn't look like it used to because now there's a mall next to it for anybody who hasn't been there in recent years or recent decades. I will also say, while San Antonio is great, it has become incredibly commercialized downtown. Like it is a kind of absurd, but it's actually it's still a very cool town. Because I popped over there to go see Unsubscribe live. Like I know, Lyle, I know you've been reacting to 300, 400 feet. Okay, so I meant 100 yards, not 300 yards. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. Thank you, Eric. Because I remember them saying it's basically a little bit longer than a football field. So I know you've been reacting to the Fat Electrician and stuff like that. I don't know if you've been watching any of the Unsubscribe stuff, but I went to go see Unsubscribe live in San Antonio earlier this year, and that was the first time I've been to San Antonio in a while, and it was fun, but I was only there for like a night, and then I ended up moving back to town. Hold on, I want to go back to SA, visit the newer Alamo Museum. Yeah, I don't know, I kind of miss it when it was like downtown adjacent. Now it just looks this is the sad part where history gets buried by modern stuff. Like, yes, the old trees are still there. Yes, the old walls of the fort / monastery are still there, and of course the main chapel building for the Alamo is there. But it doesn't feel historical anymore. You walk up to it and it just looks like it looks like a mall exhibit. Barracks, yeah, that's a barracks too. By the way, the Alamo is the most famous, but there's a buttload of different missions you can check out. Like, if you're gonna come to San Antonio, there's a lot of really great missions that you can tour all around that aren't downtown. Like, some of them are a little bit further out and stuff like that. Very cool to go check those things out. It is absolutely dwarfed by everything around.
pedestrian scene of restaurants, shops, and entertainment venues, stretching along both sides of the San Antonio River, right in the middle of the downtown area.
Wow. I just had a friend move back to San Antonio, so shout out to him. It looks like a wonderful city. Okay. I love the green spaces.
Yeah, the green space is the water. Sorry, I had to make the comment. It is very green. It is some gross water, not gonna lie. Don't fall in. Took the little riverboat rides through. Take the river tours where they take you around, they show you all the stuff. Like, I've gone literally past these buildings. Once again, on the vlogs. Once again, if you're on the Patreon and you haven't gone through my backlog of vlogs, you need to, because there's a lot of shit we've done over the last few years. Been under that bridge. Oh, I think that was right by Dick's. That place where they insult you. Like, you go in there, you sit down, they insult you, they write terrible stuff on your paper hat.
Oh, look at all the ducks.
Yeah, the boat. That's what I was talking about right there. It's basically a barge. I can't tell exactly which part that is. Obviously, right next to a big restaurant. I've been to the Hard Rock Cafe on the Riverwalk. That was pretty cool. Been to Dick's. Been to the Iron Cactus. Iron Cactus, while stupid expensive, the food was amazing and the drinks were overpriced but good. We didn't have a reservation, and we got very lucky that we were in between rushes. And when we went in there, there was a whole section of the restaurant borrowed out to one of the major corporations nearby. And like they were just making a lot of noise and getting shit faced. And then when they left, it was actually a pleasant dining experience. Also, if you're coming to San Antonio, yes, you got to get all the Tex-Mex available and barbecue. Been there. Same shot, but at night.
Wow, look at the size of that bloody moon. Holy moly. That
You comment about the moon. You know what's funny? Just last night. Was it last night? When was it? Yeah. I was coming home and it was just the perfect time for it. There was enough moon in the sky and it was enormous. It wasn't a full moon like it is right here, but it was gigantic and orange. It's crazy. Dick's was actually pretty good. I mean, like it's bar food, but it was fun. Like they're not really mean; they just insult you.
boat ride looks very fun.
It is.
Okay.
Oh, caution! I mean, I know you're from Australia, but heat. The river walk in the summer is horrible because there's no airflow because you're stuck between the buildings, and you're in like the most humid spot, like on a river. So if you have a portable fan or you have one of those like neck fan devices or the ones built into the hats, that's a must if you're going during the summer because it is unbearable. That ended abruptly.
You know, looking at some of that video, it kind of,
don't watch yourself.
if I was thinking about Texas, that's exactly what I think about. You know, those canyons and that dry, arid heat. But there's surprises like that, you know, the hill country where it's, you know, wildflowers are coming out and everything. But the cities look fantastic. I love the green spaces in the city.
Yep.
Obviously, the river through the city is fantastic like we have here. But there's always that kind of, when I look at something from Texas, you kind of always got that in the back of your mind, you know, it's Texas. Yeah, cowboys.
It's cowboys,
things like
yes,
that.
yes.
Yeah, they may play up on that a little bit, but every time you see that canyon in that kind of terrain, I always think cowboys, you know.
Yeah.
And what better
So I haven't been keeping up. If you've watched the Fat Electrician video on Sam Houston, that gives you a good history on Texas. But if you haven't checked it out yet, go check out the Internet Esquire or Jake the Lawyer on YouTube, where he talks about how the United States ended up getting all the territory from Mexico and how Texas eventually came around to being founded from a legal standpoint, not just here was war, here was all these other things. Yeah. Dry and arid, yeah. No, yeah, you are in a very damp area. I mean, we're pretty humid here, but we have a lake and a river. I mean, technically our lake is a river.
place to think of cowboys in Texas. So, but that was fantastic. That was a good video. I like that. I love the variation of what they showed us, you know, from big cities to, you know, canyons where
Middle of nowhere.
you know,
Yeah.
you can go and tour and whatever else. That was really good. I like that.
If you want to see a lot of oil derricks and wind towers, go out to Odessa because it's all flat. It's all really like very desert, and that's just where we drill for oil, gas, and make wind or harvest wind. However you want to look at that. Isn't that a game, Harvest Wind? Anyway,
Texas would definitely be a place to visit on my bucket list for sure. So
well, it ain't
to do
going
some of
nowhere.
those tours through the canyons and stuff, I reckon that would be amazing. amazing. So let me know if you enjoyed it. Again, as I said, this is their list. If you have something different that wasn't on there, let me know. Let me know in the chat there, guys. Thank you very much for joining me today. Make sure you stay safe, and I will definitely see you in the next reaction video.
That was an awkward.
Oh, you're
Hello.
still here?
No,
You want
I'm not.
more content?
I don't.
Why don't you check out my Patreon down here?
Yes,
You'll
check out
get
my
plenty
Patreon.
more content
Not-
and
not-
some exclusive.
He's got lots
videos
of
over there
patrons. Come
too.
check out me.
If not, why not check out this one over here?
I already watched that, Dial. I watched that the day it dropped because I watched Mighty Car Mods, and of course they were part of the Travis Pastrana, Gymkhana. What, I forgot what number it is, but I watched that Gymkhana video. It's fantastic, especially at the end when he sinks the Forester in the river. That was some funny shit. No, Lyle, no. Yeah, Odessa. Yeah. Actually, I would say, like, visit Oklahoma City at bare minimum if you're going to go see sort of Texas. Texas's hat. If you want to go see the actual hat of Texas, go to Oklahoma. Go check out Oklahoma City because it's the only thing I've seen of Oklahoma, and I enjoyed it. It was fun. I want to go back. Not just because Trish is nearby, but because I actually enjoyed it. Once again, like, I go to places because I want good food, good drink, and if I can see some cool stuff when I'm there. But I'm mostly invested in getting good food and good drink. And drink is probably a little bit better than food, if I'm honest, because I like beer. That's what it is. I was literally drinking a local barrel-aged breakfast stout. Yes, Oklahoma wants to be Texas, but Texas does not want Oklahoma. That's why they're the Canada of Texas. It's true. It's what it is. Funny part is you roll into Oklahoma and you're like, oh, this is just more Texas. Like okay, so I've mentioned it before, but when I drove to Baltimore from here, everything looked like Texas until we hit the mountains in Tennessee. Like, we were through Arkansas and at least half of Tennessee before it started looking like anything different than Texas. Like, we had to get past Nashville to finally be like, okay, cool, we're not in Texas anymore. Because it just looked like more Texas. It took a while. It's like, oh, hey, actual mountains. That's what this looks like. All right, so speaking of the fat electrician, we're going to wrap up tonight. I know it's already freaking late, man. I don't know. Went very, very long on Lyle's video. That's fine. But I do want to watch the new fat electrician video, but it's already after 10. Damn it. I might have to come back in the morning just for this. Rather than go for an extra, like, 40 minutes here. North Oklahoma and Kansas don't look like Texas. I didn't go to North. No, I will say Kansas does not look like Texas. Kansas looks like nothing because there ain't shit there. It's flat. You can see all the way across that state. I know because I did. Like, once the sun came up and I was somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Kansas, I could literally see the mountains in Colorado. I've only been to Kansas the once, and all I can remember is literally seeing gigantic tires on the back of a 18-wheeler trailer. Our version of road trains. I know Australia gets the real road trains where they're the massive trucks with like a ton of trailers. We are limited to 3, but I remember seeing, our version of road trains here, and that's all I remember from Kansas. Silos, a whole lot of nothing, and mountains in the distance. And it's like, I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm going to Colorado, which means I'm driving at those mountains. And that's basically how it came. So, actually, the stream, like I said, the stream went a little bit long. It's for what we did. But I enjoyed watching Lyle watch other things. So, we're watching a reactor reacting to something else. But it's Texas. That's where I live. And I wanted to see things in Texas I might not have seen. Half of those things I've seen. The major cities and whatnot. So, there's that. But Big Bend, I never think about it because I live here. It's like nobody's selling it to me. Hey, go check out Big Bend. I got friends who have family to live in Fredericksburg, and they go there all the time. So maybe one of these weekends I'm just going to tag along with them and go check out Fredericksburg on their dime. That'd be fun. I know the wifey wants to go to Fredericksburg. We just haven't done it yet. But once again, the hill country is pretty expansive, or the valley country, like I said. But Austin, San Antonio, like Austin for less time than San Antonio. Spend a lot more time in San Antonio because it's fun. Dallas, I recommend definitely the museum and Deep Ellum areas of Dallas because that's where you're going to get a lot of history, no pun intended. Of course, go see Dealey Plaza. But you see a lot more cool stuff. If you want a lot of culture, go to Deep Ellum. Deep Ellum is very much the Montrose of Dallas, and it's so much fun. It's colorful. There's fantastic food. There's fantastic beer. If you want to catch a show somewhere, there's little shows in bars, whatever. And then, of course, it's close enough to downtown that you can go do stuff downtown. And the museum area, pretty cool. Also, for a very similar reason, just a little bit less flamboyant in a very literal way. But that's where all the good walking parks and stuff like that. And the remember when it showed Dallas and it showed the big statues that I was talking about? That park is right next to a giant Bass Pro shop. So you can park at Bass Pro or go around to another area where you can park underneath a bridge, and then you can walk through that park. We ended up doing both. But that was pretty cool. And it wasn't 100% open. There was a couple sections that were under construction when we were there. So there's probably a lot more to do 2 years on. And it's Coronado Heights man-made, so it's flat, yeah. Northwest Oklahoma and the Panhandle. This region features high plains. I love how you just gank Google AI things and throw them in the chat, Tricia. That's so funny. Yep. I've never been to El Paso that I can recall. I've been through Amarillo, but I think it was dark. Because that Colorado trip, I saw a lot of Texas that I'd never seen. I didn't even see hardly anything of... we came down from Colorado, cut through the corner of New Mexico. So I saw that much of New Mexico before the light faded. Because we were just driving nonstop to get back home, like 22 hours. It was crazy. Either way, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream there, guys. Probably come back in the morning and do just the Fat Electrician video, because that's probably going to take us like 45 minutes. I'm interested in doing that. But thanks for coming and hanging out, Lyle. That's why I tagged you, just to be like, hey, I talk at him while I watch him talk. It'll be fun. Oh, right there. Look, the internet lawyer right here. Right over here. So this is literally Lawyer Explains Why the U.S. Was Not Stolen from Mexico. I'm going to share that in the chat. Give me a second. Let me share that in the chat. And you fine people can go check out the Internet Esquire, a.k.a. Jake the Lawyer. We watched one of his videos, I think on Patreon. I forget where we watched it, but it was really, really good. So if you're interested in the legal history of how we got all of that territory from Mexico, it's very interesting, actually. Things I didn't even know. I'm a Texan, and I didn't even know some of that stuff. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so, guys, I know a lot of you already know, but keep my dad and my mom in your prayers. It's a really, really, really not good situation. And I'm keeping everything kind of just, squished down, but it is a very not good situation, and it's not a great way to start. Well, end 2025 and start 2026, because technically it happened at Christmas and has rolled through to New Year's with my dad being injured, and whether or not my mom is even capable of taking care of him at all. So I'm going to go over there tomorrow and fix her car, because I wanted to save her a few $1,000. And then, yeah, just basically keep us in your prayers and stuff like that. I mean, I know it technically helps, but it's hard not to be cynical when so much crap is going wrong, Yeah, that's good. But I'm going to go to bed. It's been a really long day, and I'm tired. I took a nap earlier. But, oh yeah, guys, Patreon. I said it like a million times tonight. Come check out the Patreon if you want vlogs, social media posts that don't go out anywhere else, not to mention the uncut version of the Now You Made It Awkward podcast. Come over there. Check that out. Actually, I don't know if you're still here, but Lyle, it'd be fun to have you. I could do a remote session of the podcast. Have you come and talk? It'd be fun. And then what else is over there? Oh yeah, just our live stuff. Wednesday night we have the first trivia night of the year. So if that's open for all levels of the Patreon, not just people who support this channel or my other ones. Either way, come check those things out, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Happy New Year. And if you got time, don't forget to pay your rent, because it is the 3rd. Pay your rent. I know that's what I was literally doing at the beginning of the stream. All right, guys. So I will see y'all, in theory, tomorrow morning for this Fat Electrician video. I'm literally going to leave it up here so I don't forget. And if you haven't watched K-Pop Demon Hunter, do it. All right. And with that, remember, as always, it doesn't have to make sense. It just has to be loud. Also, my Funicorn's way over there. I can't show it. Sorry, guys. All right. See you guys later.
It's 3 a.m. and I finally say I'm sorry for acting that way. I didn't really mean to make you cry. Oh, baby, sometimes I wonder why. Why does it always have to come down to you leaving before I'll say I love you? Why do I always use the words that cut the deepest when I know how much it hurts you? Oh, baby, why do I do that to you? I know I never let you walk away. So why do I push you till you break? And why are you always on the verge of goodbye? Before I'll show you how I really feel inside. Why does it always have to come down to you leaving before I'll say I love you? Why do I always use the words that cut the deepest when I know how much it hurts you? Oh, baby, why do I do that to you? Why do I always use the words that cut the deepest when I know how much it hurts you? Oh, baby, why do I do that to you? Why do I do that to you?